important for men to remember that as women grow older, it becomes harder for them to maintain the same quality of housekeeping as when they were younger. So when you notice this, try not to yell at them. Some are oversensitive, and there is nothing worse than an oversensitive woman. Now, my name is Jim. Let me relate how I handled the situation with my wife, Peggy. When I retired a few years ago, it became necessary for Peggy to get a full-time job along with her part-time job, both for extra income and for the health benefits that we needed. So shortly after she started working, I noticed she was beginning to show her age. And she's working full-time plus another job. I usually get home from the golf club about the same time she gets home from work. Although she knows how hungry I am, she almost always says she has to rest half an hour or so before she starts dinner. I do not yell at her. Instead, I tell her to take her time and just wake me up when she gets dinner on the table. I generally have lunch in the men's grill at the club, so eating out is not reasonable. I am ready for a home-cooked meal when I hit to that door. She used to do the dishes as soon as we finished eating, but now it is not unusual for them to sit on the table for several hours after dinner. I do what I can diplomatically, reminding her several times each evening that they will not clean themselves. I know she really appreciates this, as it does seem to motivate her to get them done before she goes to bed. Another symptom of aging is complaining. I think, for example, she will say that it is difficult for her to find the time to pay the monthly bills during her lunch hours. But boys, we take them for better or worse, don't we? So I just smile and I offer encouragement. I tell her to stretch it out over 2 or even 3 days, and that way she will not have to rush so much. I also remind her that missing lunch completely now and then would not hurt her any, if you know what I mean. I like to think tact is one of my strong points.
Yeah.
When doing simple jobs, she seems to think she needs more rest, periods. She had to take a break when she was only half finished mowing the yard. And I try not to make a scene. I am a fair man, you know. I tell her to fix herself a nice a big cold glass of freshly squeezed lemonade and just sit for a while. And as long as she's making one for herself, she might as well make one for me too. I know that I probably look like a saint in the way I support Peggy. I am not saying this much. Consideration is easy. Many men will find it difficult. Some will find it impossible. Nobody knows better than I do how frustrated women get as they get older. However, guys, even if you just use a little more tact and less criticism of your aging wife because of this article, I will consider that writing it was well worthwhile. After all, we are put on this earth to help each other. Signed, Jim. Editor's note. Jim died suddenly on November 2nd of a perforated rectum. The police report says he was found with a Callaway extra long 50-inch big Bertha Driver No. 2 golf club jammed up his rear end with
what?
with barely 5 inches of grip showing.
That would be painful.
And a sledgehammer lying near
Oh my gosh.
nearby. His wife, Peggy, was arrested and charged with murder. The all-woman jury took only 15 minutes to find her not guilty, accepting her defense that Jim somehow, without looking, accidentally sat down on his golf club.
Is that a true story?
I don't think
wrote that?
I do not know, but it's something I saved.
That's pretty good.
It is. It was like he expects a meal. He expects her to work full time plus a part time job. He wants her to pay all the bills. He wants her to do all the yard work, and that list goes on and on. He got his just reward.